Hello, Catherine here. I'm the CEO of Circle Recruitment HR, and I do look after the aged care sector in regards to recruitment and HR. What I wanted to talk to you about today was something that we find a common issue with our aged care clients where they need assistance, which is the understanding of your enterprise agreement and, more importantly, the interpretation of clauses in your enterprise agreement. So the problem with this is if you've got an interpretation question about an award, you can call us and we can assist you with that. You can call Fair Work. There is somewhere to go. But if you have a problem with your enterprise agreement, it's very difficult to call up Fair Work Ombudsman. They generally don't give that information out about your enterprise agreement. You can try the Fair Work Commission, but you have to go through the steps to get a determination on something, which is a much lengthier process to do. And sometimes you just want to get some advice on the spot in regards to a quick answer. How do I interpret this? It may be for a pay item, it may be for hours of work, something like that. One of the other places that you can go is, of course, if your enterprise agreement, the other party bound by that is the union, you can go to the union. But you also have to understand that any advice that they give you will come from their perspective rather than potentially a true interpretation of what that clause means. So I was recently doing some work with the Fair Work Ombudsman, and I actually raised this question with them in regards to where do people go to get advice on interpretation of their enterprise agreements? And the answer basically came back saying, yes, it's really difficult. We understand, the problems that you have here. But here are some things that you can do. Essentially, they said it's really important when you're bargaining for an enterprise agreement that you keep notes about the bargaining process and the intent of certain clauses at the time. Now, having worked in HR for many, many years, my response to that is nobody does that, nobody has that, But moving forward, because I know many EAs are coming up for renewal shortly with our clients, this is something that you do need to be aware of, intention of the clauses that you are bargaining for. And again, Fair Work Ombudsman's advice was, well, really the only way is to get that determination from the Fair Work Commission. So things that can help you here is before you go into bargaining for your new EA in the aged care sector, go through your existing one and document the things that you're not really clear about. And make sure that you raise those at the bargaining table. Make sure that you get answers and you document those answers so that you know what the situation is, how to interpret that clause, and potentially if you're bargaining around that and want to make some changes to that, then bring that into your discussions that you're having at the time of bargaining. So it's onerous and it's difficult, but it's also very important. Second quick thing to mention is once you enter into an EA, of course you have to abide by it. So unfortunately, we've had a spate of clients in a number of sectors, actually not just aged care, that have come to us because they have not been EA compliant. They never discussed EA with their payroll team, so the payroll team weren't necessarily aware of the new coverage, weren't necessarily aware of all the aspects that you, the business, have to do, have to set up, have to be compliant with. So if you need help in this area, don't hesitate to reach out. We've worked with many payroll teams in making sure that they're across the terms of the EA. So much better if you are entering into your first EA to make sure that you have HR aligned with payroll and finance, and then your managers as well, so that your managers can understand the parameters of the EA. We've also done many EA training sessions where we just talk about what aspects of the EA mean and what's involved there. So for all of those types of things within aged care or anywhere else for that matter, don't hesitate to reach out to us, Circle Recruitment and HR. Hope you got some value out of this morning and hope you had a fantastic day, and we shall talk soon.